officer and somebody in a suit here, huh?
Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Hi, doing. How you doing?
Good, good. We just got a call about potential trespass and anything.
Potential
Obviously,
trespass?
I can see where you're
Are you
standing.
recording?
Absolutely.
So am I. Very good, very good.
Yes.
And your name and badge number, please, since you're contacting me.
Officer Henderson, badge number 1736.
And who's your friend in the suit?
He is on a ride-along.
Ride along. Hi, how you doing? How you enjoying it so far?
Pretty good.
Learning a lot of stuff?
Yeah, that's quite a
Okay,
ride-along.
cool. Hopefully, keep in mind that they're supposed to uphold the law and not violate people's rights.
Yep.
Very good, very good. Yeah. Are you wanting to be a law enforcement officer someday?
Yes.
Very good, very good. So don't let the tyranny or the idea of tyranny corrupt your mind. Always, if you do become an officer, we like good officers out there to uphold the law and protect people's rights and defend our Constitution.
Absolutely.
Always remember that. Very important.
So let me just say, you're on public property.
Yeah,
you're good to go.
If there's any questions of trespassing, they can check their camera pointed right out here. I've been standing here the whole time.
Copy that.
Yeah, for sure. They just got a little paranoid over public photography. So please, I hope you educate them in a positive narrative. Appreciate it. So he's gone inside here. He left his screen up. I'm not going to step out into the street to look at it, but I'll make a point for him to maybe close it. They create privacy on that. And we got another unit that just rolled up here.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Your partner went inside
Gotcha.
along with his ride-along buddy.
Gotcha.
Welcome back to the channel. From the opening moments, this encounter immediately raises a serious question about civil liberties. How far does the First Amendment actually extend when public photography makes people uncomfortable? What begins as a routine response to a potential trespassing complaint quickly becomes a real-time test of constitutional rights, public understanding, and police procedure. Officer Henderson approaches the auditor and identifies himself as badge number 1736, explaining that officers received a call about possible trespassing. The auditor calmly explains that he is standing on public property and asks about the person accompanying the officer on a ride-along. He even reminds the future officer that law enforcement should uphold the Constitution and protect people's rights. The officer eventually confirms that the auditor is on public property and appears to acknowledge that there is no immediate trespassing violation.
Doing my commentary here.
Looks nice.
Yeah, for
Did
sure.
some the movies out here in Plaza.
Yeah. Small Soldiers.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
It's like right over there.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. Back in the day. I did a video years ago and I noticed some of the benches look similar to the Forrest Gump ones with the...
Forrest Gump down here?
No, but it looks like it sure could have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
No,
They did Big Mama
Oh,
stuff
the other
out
one
here.
was That Thing You Do.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, the Army-Navy store up the street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I heard the record shop up here doubled as a facade for another shop in the
Looks
movie.
like an old time, like 50s
Sure it is, yeah.
building. Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
I didn't get the whole story from my partner talking. I guess we'll ask you too. But did you go onto the property or inside or anything?
Well, I don't discuss those kind of, I don't answer those kind of questions
You're
yet.
not recording though, right?
I'm recording. Yeah. And they're recording too,
I
so
just
their
want your side of the
cameras.
story too.
Oh, no, I
Two
don't.
sides of the story.
Yeah, I don't care to help your
My partner
investigations.
will talk to you about it.
It's all's good?
Yeah, like I said, you're not in violation of anything here.
I already
They
knew
just
that.
wanted to reiterate that this brick is part of their property.
Oh, I never
As long
crossed
as-
that line,
perfect.
yeah.
As long as you're filming from the sidewalk, you're good to go.
Yeah, I tried explaining that to them, but the one guy got in my face and
I'm sorry to hear that, but
pretty aggressive, yeah. So,
Not everyone knows what's public, what's not, so.
yeah.
You know what you're doing.
I tried to explain it to them, but they, I guess, feel better hearing it from those with guns, I guess. Guns and badges.
Yeah, you're
Cool.
fine on the public sidewalk. You film as much as you want.
Exactly.
Well, you know,
God bless America and freedom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You have any questions for us?
No,
You need to talk.
for sure. You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
You too. Bye now.
Have a good, safe
Have a-
holiday
have a
season.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
You as well, yeah. Stay safe out there, guys. We appreciate your service. So 2 units showed up. 3 officers with a ride-along here. One thing I would recommend...
As the encounter continues, The situation becomes more interesting because the auditor remains outside while officers investigate the complaint. He points out that he has stayed on the sidewalk and has not crossed onto restricted property. The discussion then turns toward public photography and whether recording from a public location is permitted. The auditor maintains that he is exercising his rights and explains that he has been filming from an area open to him. Officer Henderson listens and confirms that, from the sidewalk, the auditor is good to go. This is an important moment because it shows how quickly confusion can disappear when the boundaries of public and private property are clearly explained. Yet the underlying disagreement has not completely disappeared. The auditor believes some people became paranoid simply because he was holding a camera, while the officers are still trying to understand exactly what happened before they arrived.
I'm sorry, you're uncomfortable, but you walked right up to me to my camera.
You're in my place.
Sir, you don't get to just block my camera?
I do. I can. You can't
You
walk in.
can't,
Just walk in
actually.
here.
It's
Bye.
called, I
Get
can't
out.
walk in here.
Then get
It's
out.
called the Tom Bain Act, sir.
Get out, sir.
You can fuck
Get
off.
out, sir.
Don't push me. Look at he's pushing me now to block my camera. Don't push me, bro. Back up. Back the f*** up. Back up. Ah! Back up.
Well, that's the hallway, and now we have damage to our building.
Okay.
I understand the First Amendment stuff, but you can't be trying to go into key-carded areas and when you're asked to leave.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So never tried to get into key carded areas. I'm in public offices and a public lobby. Switched from one lobby to the next. Nobody said anything.
Okay.
And nobody asked me to leave. He's full of shit.
Okay.
One dude came in from the other office, followed me over into another public lobby, right? And started trying to get real close and block my camera with his phone. I ended up saying, stop, back up. I turned my body like this, and I'm like, hey, back up, man. Stop trying to block my camera. He shoves me. I turn around. He shoves me into the door. I try to get some space. Through the doors we went with not me backwards, right?
Okay.
So I didn't assault anybody. I was in areas I have a right to be in. I was here to get records and do all that, and I got it on camera, as I'm sure you know. So yeah, I didn't assault anybody. I was slammed into a wall.
Okay.
My back, obviously. I'm sure you could probably see sheetrock on my back, if not. But there was no full-fledged throwing blows and shit. It was just, you know, he's trying to shove me basically out the building and into walls and slam me into shit.
Okay.
So it wasn't started by me at all, besides trying to go around and be like, hey bro, stop blocking my camera, and just put my arm up. So
Okay. Do you have your ID with you?
yeah, I do, but I'm
Can I
not
have it,
gonna.
please?
Well, I mean, am I under arrest?
There's an accusation made against you, so in order for me to do a report that I might have to do, I'm gonna need your identification for that.
Well, I mean, if I get arrested, if I'm under arrest, I'll ID. I have to if I'm arrested.
Well, you're being detained.
Oh, I
You're
can
being
be detained. That's fine.
Yeah, so I need your identification. You're being detained.
Can you call your? Well, that's not how it works in California. But can you call your sergeant? Don't work like that. And I just been through a lot of shit. I don't want to really go through this.
Okay.
You only have to ID in California if you're lawfully arrested, unless you're driving a car, right? Then you have to ID. So,
Okay, well, I have to go talk to somebody else to figure out the situation. So in order for me to detain you and keep you here, I need your identification.
no, that's not.
So that if I have to contact you at a later time.
Call a sergeant. Because if I'm lawfully arrested, or you're gonna cite me or something, detention, citation is an arrest, as you know.
Listen to me.
But
I'm trying to take care of the situation in the least bad way possible. I'm trying to take care of the situation, get everybody squared away, get everybody on their way, get everybody all taken.
The conversation takes a sharper turn when the auditor explains that another individual allegedly became aggressive and attempted to interfere with his camera. He says the person followed him between public lobby areas, moved close to him, and tried to block the camera. According to the auditor, he repeatedly told the individual to back up, but the situation eventually became physical, with the auditor claiming that he was shoved into a door and wall. The officers now have to separate competing accounts and determine what actually happened. The auditor insists that he never entered keycard areas and says he remained within public offices and lobbies where he believed he had permission to be. He also states that the encounter was recorded on camera. At this stage, the important issue is no longer simply whether filming is allowed. The officers must now evaluate allegations involving physical contact, building damage, and possible trespass.
sergeant, I'll stick around. I don't care. I'll stick with your sergeant. But you know, I didn't do anything wrong, and I know it. If you guys are familiar with me, which maybe you're not, I don't know. You guys know I'm not out fighting people or doing anything like that. So But yeah, if you can call a sergeant, that'd be great, man. I don't want to give my ID if I don't have to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Arrest me.
All right,
they
sure.
can
So
arrest me.
at this point, for the vandalism and stuff, they aren't going to press charges. Nothing's going to go on with that.
Vandalism.
There's
listen.
some
I'm sorry. I know what happened. I know,
some-
but if I get pushed into it,
I understand.
Right.
You let me finish.
I got you.
There's some damage to the building. Okay, so they're not going to press any charges on that. He doesn't want to press charges on you.
I don't hear good. I'm gonna get a little closer.
Okay.
Right?
It's a mutual tussle, pushing back and forth. Did you guys get into a mutual tussle?
You're wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't mutual, but
Okay.
gotcha.
So at this point, you're free to go.
Okay. Well, I need to get my records. So.
There's no records in that building.
Yeah, I can request public records or open public office.
Okay. Well, there's no records in that building, and you're not, because of what happened here just now. We're not going to let you back in.
Well, sir, that's why I asked for it. Can I get a sergeant?
I can have my sergeant come out.
Yeah, please, because I can show what. The thing is, I'm sure he gave you this cool story that was like, I didn't do anything and blah blah blah.
That's not what he said. I had a conversation with him, and I had a conversation with you.
So can I ask what he said or what you found out?
Yeah, he said that you went in there and were filming, and I told him that you have a right to do that.
Right.
And he said that he didn't want you in there filming, so he asked you to leave. As you guys
That part's not true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna let me finish what
I'm
saying,
just
or-
I'm
Okay.
trying to put more of it together for you. I'm not trying to
At
interrupt
this
you.
point, I don't have anything else to say to you. At this point, I don't have anything else to say to you. If you go back into the building and go back and try to talk to those employees, then it's not. There's no reason for you. They don't have any
There
records
is. I
for
have
you.
to request public records under the California Public Records Act. It's a law,
Well,
sir, that I have an absolute right to do. I can also do it in person. I have an absolute right to do that, right? That's the whole reason I was here, filming and to request records, right? I need to be able to request those records.
Okay, I can get you a form to fill out, but because of what happened here today, I'm not going to let you back into that office.
Well, I mean, if there's no arrest and it's an open office, then I have every right to go in.
I'm
Unless
not
you're
going to
gonna
let you back into that office.
then issue me a formal trespass so I can attach you to this lawsuit.
Then give
That'll
me
be
your
fine.
ID.
Oh, you can just tell me verbally.
Right, you're trespassed
Okay, for how long?
until further notice.
And if I go back in,
If you go back in, then in violation of the trespass, then I will take action.
and what action is that? So this is the way it works. In order to peel your qualified immunity back and attach myself to you personally, I need a threat of an arrest. Because if not, it's just a request. So if you threaten to arrest me, fine, I won't go back in
If you
today.
break the law, I will arrest you.
Break what law, though?
If you go against my lawful order, I will arrest you.
What's your lawful order,
My lawful
sir?
order is for you not to enter the building.
Officer Henderson explains that while First Amendment activity is understood, there are concerns about entering restricted, key-card areas or remaining somewhere after being asked to leave. The auditor strongly disputes that characterization, explaining that he never attempted to enter restricted spaces and was only moving between public lobby areas. He describes the confrontation in detail, saying the other person followed him, blocked his camera, and eventually shoved him into a wall. The auditor emphasizes that he did not assault anyone and was attempting to create distance rather than initiate a fight. The situation then shifts toward identification. When the officer asks for his ID, the auditor questions whether he is actually under arrest. Henderson responds that he is being detained because an accusation has been made and that identification is needed to complete a report. The auditor remains cautious, repeatedly asking whether a sergeant can be called to clarify the situation.
No big deal. Well, a sergeant will be great, and then if you can get, instead of me going back in, can you get me one of their business cards so I have an email and I'll just email my records request? That'll be fine. And the thing is, I'm not trying to just go against you and be a dick or f with you at all. I just feel strongly about my rights. I know I didn't just commit a crime. There was no mutual and
I
nothing.
didn't say you committed a crime.
I know,
Did
but
I ever say you committed a crime?
well, you said it's
Well,
a
I'll play the
mutual.
tape back.
You said mutual. That's
not a crime.
Well, a mutual combat is a crime in California.
Okay, well, I
Right.
didn't say you committed a crime.
Okay.
I didn't say mutual combat
Well,
either.
then can I ask what your basis is to trespass me from a public building? Because you have to have committed a crime in order to be trespassed from a public building. So trespassing me, you're saying you committed a crime, you caused some sort of disturbance, which my First Amendment right can't be the disturbance, and you're trespassed. So maybe that's where I'm mixed
I
up
said there
at.
was a disturbance in the building.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get him a business card.
All right. So
All right.
we get a card.
I did not. So here's the information. In order for you to get public records, okay, you need to go to a Social Security field office. They don't do public requests here. You can go to a Social Security field office, and that's where the records that you can request. This is just a location for hearings. If people are denied Social Security, then they can come to a hearing here. They don't have any records. They can't control the records. They're more of a middleman.
You mean social services?
What's that?
Social services? You said Social Security.
Sure.
Which is different, right?
Yeah, social services field office.
Gotcha, okay.
There are actually signs on the outside at all of these parking lots that say no trespassing, that it is private property and no trespassing is allowed, and it lists the penal code 602. So at this point, I can trespass you. Okay, I can trespass you from entering private property. You have no business to be here. There's no public services or anything offered at this building. There's no reason for you to be here. So you can either take off now, or I can issue you a trespass, or I can tell you not to come back based on that. Or if you do come back, then I can uphold that penal code 602.
Okay, where's your local office at? Is your sergeant
My local
coming?
office?
Yeah, because I'm gonna go file a complaint. I just wanna.
Yeah, my sergeant's on his way. My local office is on Tyler Street, behind In-N-Out off Madison Avenue.
Okay, so do I wait for your sergeant, or
you can, or you can go to the office at a later time.
Okay,
or
yeah, even if they have no trespassing signs up, that's because this is privately owned, but they rent to a public agency.
Right.
If the public can go in there, the media can go in there. I'm here for news journalist purposes. That's what I told you. And I know they told you, and I understand you might not know, right? They told you, well, we don't do public records here. The law, the California Public Records Act says I can come here and do them to the closest place near me. Since they're considered
to a field office.
No, since they're considered the record holding office.
They don't have a mailing address here. They send everything to a PO box. So there's no public records or anything done here. It's all sent to a PO box. You can go to a field office and request those records. Okay. There is no trespassing sign, so at this point I'm telling you that if you come back, you will be trespassed. You can go to my office and file a complaint if you would like.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Well, which one is it? What's the address?
It's behind Madison.
I don't know.
It's off Madison. It's 5109 Tyler.
The disagreement over identification becomes a central part of the encounter. The auditor argues that he does not believe he should provide identification unless the legal circumstances require it, while the officer maintains that he is being detained as part of the investigation. Rather than escalating, the auditor agrees to remain while requesting a sergeant. He explains that he wants the situation resolved without creating additional problems, and repeatedly emphasizes that he believes he has done nothing wrong. Soon, the officers explain that the building damage will not result in charges because the other party does not want to pursue the matter. The officer characterizes the physical encounter as a mutual tussle, but the auditor immediately rejects that description. He insists that he was pushed and that he did not initiate the confrontation. At this point, the auditor is told that he is free to go, but another disagreement immediately develops over his request to return inside and obtain public records.
Go in there. I have a right to go in there.
To the front office.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was only in a front lobby. I didn't go nowhere else but open lobbies. You know what I mean? So you're wrong. I would suggest you look it up, right?
Okay.
And I could tell you the section. 602 has 27 subsections. O is the one that would pertain to this. It talks about publicly open to the public property, right? At the bottom of 602O, it very clearly says you can't trespass somebody or use this code if they are exercising their California constitutional rights or their federal constitutional rights. It's right in the penal code. So you can't trespass people in public from public offices that are open to the public during public hours. It's a time, place, manner restriction. Now, if it was after 5 and they were closed and I was zooming around the parking lot, then the trespass code would work, right? But time, open public hours, place, public lobby, manner, just quietly recording, right? So there is no time, place, manner issue there. So just look into it. I'm not trying to be a dick to you. I'm sure you probably don't like us and what we do. I don't care about that.
I think I've been nothing but fair with you.
Well, she'll attest to the fact that when you walked in, I said, hey, I think this guy's being professional. He's trying to be professional. But I did notice when you came out, you said, so look, because of this, this, and that, they don't want to press charges against you. But did you ask me if I wanted to press charges for being attacked?
I was actually in the process of going to ask you, but you kept interrupting me.
I'm riled up. I mean, I'm sure you can understand if I started, what whatever. I'm not going to
If
make
you started
statements.
recording me, if I started recording you, you'd be riled up too. Is that what
No, because you're recording me. No, I was going to say something else.
What were you going to say?
If I was putting my hands on you, you'd be riled up yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd have something else to talk about at that point.
Right, but I wouldn't do that because I'm not a psycho. See what I'm saying? I don't get violent with people. There's no need to, right? I'm here peacefully recording. But I'm sure you can understand my frustration. So
I do understand. And that's what I told you, that I told the gentleman that if you were sitting in there recording, that you have every right to sit in there and record as much as you want to. The only thing that I'm talking about now at this point is, since it got to this level, I'm asking you nicely to leave, okay? And if you come back before they get their signs up, I have signs in the parking lot to legally trespass you. That's all I said. I tried to be super cool about it and ask you nicely to leave because of the situation that arose, okay?
The focus now shifts from the physical confrontation to the auditor's claimed purpose for being at the building. He explains that he came to request public records and believes he has a legal right to do so in person. The officer tells him that because of what happened, he will not be allowed back inside. The auditor asks for a sergeant and challenges the basis for being trespassed from what he describes as a public office. He argues that simply exercising constitutional rights should not be treated as a disturbance and asks the officer to identify the specific legal authority behind the order. Eventually, the officer explains that he is ordering the auditor not to enter the building and warns that returning could result in enforcement action. The auditor remains firm but controlled, stating that he will respect the order if it is clearly backed by lawful authority. He then asks for a business card so he can submit his records request through another channel.
Records. 2, I want to record it and I want to show it and expose it. And 3, I want them to learn. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want them to understand that no, you do have to take records requests. Even if you have another office that does it, you have to take those requests.
Okay.
So it's not just go in there and get some crazy shit on camera. That's not what I'm trying to do, though it happens all the time, right? Because people are crazy. I understand that. Like, I take the approach like this. I understand somebody walking up with a camera in your office and doing this shit. And obviously, I don't typically just go right on people. I typically just go to the walls and shit like I was doing. It can take people aback a little bit, right? Like, what's this dude doing? Why the f is he recording me? But they also need to understand it is 100% our First Amendment right. There's nothing wrong with it. You're public employees. We have the right to scrutinize you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I understand, and I always take that approach. Okay, they're a little taken aback. That's why when they come and ask me questions, I don't say, f you, get out of here. I don't need your help. I don't do anything like that because I think that would be baiting and trying to create a confrontation. I always just say, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just taking some pictures.
Yeah.
Why are you taking pictures? I'm doing a story on the offer, right? I always do that. Now, when somebody gets disrespectful, I may or may not back, but I try not to, right? I have a temper just like everybody else. I lose it. But anyways, I just want you guys to learn.
Sergeant or not?
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to wait for him. If he's coming. If he's already coming.
He put out over the radio that he's on his way. So.
Yeah, I can wait for him. Did you give me the address to their other office?
Yeah, 5109 Tyler.
5109 Tyler. Okay, I have that here. And you guys are, I thought you were 5109 Tyler.
To what other office?
To their office that I can request the records at.
So the field offices, there's multiple throughout the state. They told you to look up the one that's closest to your area.
But what is social services?
Yeah.
Because there's something different. They're like the whatchamacallit commission.
They deal with, so this is what she told me, they deal with when people make social security claims for disability. They get the medical records, and then but they don't house them here. They get the medical records, and then they send them off to those offices to make the determination. All those records are housed in the field office, and anything that needs to be done is done in the field offices. The only thing that they do here is that if somebody needs a hearing because they were denied Social Security, then they set up a hearing, and that's the only thing that they handle here is a hearing.
Okay.
For those people.
I don't need to talk to your sergeant. I'll go to your guys' thing. I'm gonna boogie. I do have to go back in the property. My vehicle's obviously in the parking lot.
I'll walk you through.
No, I'll go around. It's parked away because I walked a little bit,
Okay,
so
all right.
I don't need to go in the building. I just letting you know I'm going on back on the property. I got to get my vehicle. So can I get your name and badge number? Real quick?
Officer Grimes, California Highway Patrol, North Sacramento Area Office, badge number 21141.
Thank you, appreciate you. Yeah, it's all good. So real quick, I just want to make it clear because you just said some other things. You said we're asking you nicely, and I just want to be clear. You're telling me not to come